Hi, I hold in my hands a large engraving. It was printed in the early 18th century. It features the goddess Flora. You may be wondering why I'm holding this engraving in my hands. You may also be wondering why I'm wearing this flowery tie. I can answer both questions in one shot. Today, April 28, begins Floralia. It is the festival dedicated to the Roman goddess Flora. In the year 238 BC or BCE, a temple was made in her honor, and on April 28 of that year, it was dedicated to her. I believe it would be a fine idea if we were to reenact what the Romans may have done on this day many years ago and celebrate Flora, the goddess of flowers. Here is an altar or a shrine I made for the goddess Flora. First, I'm going to show you the print that you saw during the introduction. This is dated from the year 1704, and I absolutely love the expression on her face. This may very well be my favorite engraving in my entire collection. Here she is holding a flower. Here is another engraving. This was made in the 1630s. There you see the flowers again in her hand. This engraving is entitled Spring, but it is very reasonable to believe that this is a depiction of the goddess Flora. And this dates to the mid-1800s. Since I have a few prints and engravings, I thought I would include some floral prints this time. This dates to around the mid-1800s. And this one here dates to around the 18-teens. Here's another engraving dated to about the mid-1800s. This engraving is from the early 1900s. Here you see a postcard dated from the 19-teens. A very lovely image of the goddess. And right above it is my version of the image. I did my best. I'm not much of an artist, but I'm very satisfied with it. and this was drawn on February 3, 2010. And this is a clay sculpture that I worked on starting March 8, 2010. I tried to make it as similar as the drawing as possible. This vase used to have a flower, but it broke, unfortunately. And tape is holding this end up. It's a very beautiful candle, light green in color, lit in honor of the goddess Flora. This is a yellow candle, lit in honor of her. Here's another drawing of Flora. I worked on this on February 5, 2010 and February 9, 2010. Here I have some offerings. Down here, the symbol of the divine feminine. There's a very wonderful fountain. The water is flowing, much needed to hydrate these flowers. And this statue right here, I bought this at a local dollar store. It is a generic figurine, but I thought given the outfit, given the look, certainly the bouquet, this would be a wonderful representation of the goddess Flora. Certainly very suitable for those of you who like to make altars and shrines. It was suitable for this one, so hopefully you can find a figurine just like this somewhere. Very inexpensive too, $1 plus tax. Some flowers at the top, rounding out the shrine. This concludes the reenactment and observance of the goddess Flora. At the sound of the bell, the video will be complete. I thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful Floralia. Goodbye. You know what? I forgot to mention. This video features engravings of the goddess Flora from 5 different centuries. The 17th century, the 18th century, the 19th century, the 20th century, and the 21st century. I thought I would mention that as it is of great interest to me. Once again, thank you and good night.